It is a very easy sport to get involved in, especially for the youngsters.
How many people have a chance in other sports to compete in their 70s and be competitive on a national level?
I wouldn't be doing it if I wasn't having fun.
These are all great people out here.
It's just great training for all around life.
Would you be surprised if I said all of these people were talking about shooting sports? Hi, I'm Larry Shields from On Target Productions. Some of you may know me from our firearm training DVDs. I'm here at the Civilian Marksmanship Program's Marksmanship Training Center at Camp Perry. Camp Perry is also known for the National Rifle and Pistol Matches. We spent 6 weeks talking to a wide range of people to find out what draws them to this sport.
We get out there and we compete, and it's a fun day, and that's what it's about. You know, people shouldn't be afraid to get out there and have fun.
All I can say is shooting is one of the best things you can do to make lifetime friends. You know, people help you. They do all kinds of stuff.
We almost always say firearms are guns. Weapons imply a military situation, and since we're civilians, we don't want that.
It's like a large family. I mean, a lot of people know a lot of people. It's really nice. I mean, I was accepted right away when I first started shooting, and we get new shooters, we accept them, we help them out.
We're guys that have lost our eyesight a little bit, you know, kind of lost the touch a little bit maybe, got a little older, maybe we might shake a little bit. But we come out and compete because, basically because for the camaraderie and just the thrill and the fun of coming out and doing it, you know?
Coming here, being with the people, everybody's real nice. Everybody, you know, the experienced shooters want to help you out. Because they want to see you get better as a shooter.
Yeah, and there were a lot of shooters out here that hadn't shot before, and they were having a lot of fun too.
So I try the best I can, and I guess that's all anybody can ask for is do the best you can. And that's what I recommend to all the juniors that are out here and all the kids that are shooting, and just everybody that's out here shooting, you know, this is what they do, and it's the best they can.
We found that family played a major role in the attraction to shooting.
So yeah, it's coming home. You know, I met my wife here, and that was 3 kids ago and 20 years ago, and this is home.
You don't see the same people all year, and then you come out here and you're like, nothing's changed in a year. You're just back to your friends, and it's like your own little world for 2 weeks.
Well, you know, it's fun to have something you do with your family. And this is, I think, the best sport there is to get kids focused on things and teach them how to be disciplined.
And getting the kids out there. I saw a lot at the rimfire match, a lot of grandpa's grandsons. And that's neat. I wish there was some more granddaughters out there. Because girls are so much easier to teach to shoot. They take instruction well, they're more sedate, they're more patient. And this is a game of patience.
I've seen some shooting out here that you wouldn't believe from little 12, 13-year-old kids. It's just amazing.
I've been shooting since I've been 10 or 11 or 12. You know, I went to the range with my dad. He was a competitive shooter, and I used to sit in shoot off the bench while they were shooting position.
I was hunting pheasant before that with my father, and back in Buffalo, matter of fact, in New York. And when he came out of the Marine Corps, he got me started doing this. I was a golfer, to be honest with you. And
It's just great training for all around life, to be prepared and what it takes to accomplish your goal.
My mom is actually the coach. When she was younger, she used to shoot competitively. I really like that we can actually share something together that we all like. So
they're only young ones. Get out there and do something with them. If it's soccer, if it's shooting, if it's racing soapbox derby cars, do something, because when they're gone, you lost that time.
Camaraderie. Just being a part of the shooting fraternity was a common theme throughout this project.
Oh, the camaraderie is what's so fun, because you usually don't see each other for a year because of the broadness of our country.
Oh yeah, everybody around here will help you. I mean, it's pretty much like somebody that you don't even know them, and they'll come and help you.
Well, it really means coming back and repeating something that you enjoyed year after year, seeing old friends, meeting new people.
Camp Perry to me is like old home week, I guess. The camaraderie here at Camp Perry is exceptional. These are all great people out here. I have very rarely ever had a problem with anyone, and it's just a great joy to be around them. And I spend 4 weeks here every summer, and it's just a really, really fun thing to do. It's one of the only places you can come and talk to the national champion and get pointers from him on how to improve your sport, because he's willing to sit down and talk with you. It's just one big happy family.
There are many roads you can travel to reach the competitive shooting goals that you set for yourself. But first you must decide which discipline interests you the most. Bullseye or target shooting can be pursued with air rifles, .22 rimfire rifles, or high-power military-style rifles, and the custom long-range rifles that shoot all the way out to 1,000 yards. Handguns in rimfire, centerfire, and even air play a role in the competitions. There are shotgun sports, variations and combinations of many of the disciplines. Let's hear how some of the competitors got their start and what you need to get started. Who inspired you to start shooting?
Honestly, it was my dad. When we were little, he taught us how to shoot. So rather than when you show a kid a gun and say, don't touch it, everyone, first thing they're going to do is touch it. So he taught us how to be safe and how to respect the firearms. And we've always been a shooting family. My brother shoots competitively, shotgun, I shoot rifle.
I started out shooting at the tender age of 5 with a vintage Red Ryder BB gun, and then moved up in the world dove hunting and pheasant hunting up until I was about 13, 14, all with my father. Hunted deer with a shotgun and a rifle up in Michigan.
It is a very easy sport to get involved in, especially for the youngsters. And most clubs have equipment that they lend to anybody, any of the youth that want to come out and participate. And from my personal experience, you could show up at the club and say, that looks neat, I'd like to try, and people will trip over themselves in order to be able to provide equipment to that youngster.
And at the Rimfire Sporter program, the whole basis is try to get the guy with the squirrel rifle out of the closet and to come to a match. So one of the things you need is something to lay on. I use a shooting mat. A lot of people just use a piece of carpet left over from when they had their house carpeted, so you're not laying on the grass. You'll need something to look at your target with. Most people have a pair of inexpensive binoculars. That'll pick up a hole in a target at 50 yards without too much trouble. The rifles, common bolt action, semi-automatics, levers. Scope-wise, you're allowed up to a 6 power. I use mine at 4. No shooting jackets, nothing fancy. I wear this sweatshirt that I've shot at the Masters for 7 years. That's my match sweatshirt. That's the only time I wear it. Then you're allowed to wear a glove on your left hand. Some guys wear the gardening gloves. I like a bicycling glove. Lester rifle, your remnant costs you maybe $10. Binoculars you have, your sweatshirt you have, if you don't have a glove, $5 for a pair of leather work gloves. You have virtually nothing invested in equipment. And then when you come up to the Nationals, they supply you with your targets, they supply you with the ammo. You get a T-shirt out of it. You get a dinner out of it in the evening.
It's 90% mental and 10% physical. So if you are confident, you could be the best with the worst equipment. I think that with the equipment, it will help you along the way. I know that when I first started, I've been shooting for 5 years, and I didn't always have the best equipment. But I think a lot of it is just like any sport you do. You have to practice and believe in yourself, and you have to make goals.
Well, I started at a young age with my dad going hunting, and then I joined the Marine Corps after I got out of high school. And I was an infantry rifleman, so shooting was my job, and doing things like this was what I did for a living. And now that I'm out, my father and I come to do these kinds of events together.
I just want to let all the juniors and any shooter who's just coming into this know that give it time. Everything doesn't come automatically. If you just take a deep breath, nice, easy, relax, you'll eventually figure it out and it'll fall into place.
Just keep practicing, have fun, most of all.
Don't be afraid of coming out and giving it a try just because I'm not good enough. Nobody's good enough.
We had the opportunity to document the success that can be achieved through hard work, practice, and help of fellow shooters. Meet Debbie, enthusiastic and focused. She accomplished a great deal in a short time. Deb just finished shooting her first round in the Small Arms Firing School. We were just talking about your experience today. Overall positive?
Yes, it was definitely a positive experience.
How was the instructions from the military personnel?
Actually, it was very good. He made several corrections, had me change the elevation and the windage a couple of times, and seemed like it brought everything in a little bit tighter. So I thought it was quite good. He gave me a lot of good pointers on the rapid fire, telling me, basically what I was doing wrong and why everything was grouped, up here instead of down here.
Terry, I noticed you watching her, and I know you've been mentoring her. How did she look?
Oh, well, good. Yeah, she's coming along. That might be it too. You might be off just a little bit in the rear sight too because of the head position.
Right. Yeah, it's a total score. Let's just. So this was.
Deb, what did you win?
I won a bronze medal.
Wow, that's just absolutely wonderful. That is just super. First time out competing.
Second time shooting an M1 carbine. First match. Yep.
Well, that's great. That's what this is all about. We were pleasantly surprised to hear about the opportunities for young shooters in the sport.
I actually would like to get a scholarship for college just because I love shooting, I'm good at it, and it's just fun to spend time with family and friends.
I went to the Ohio State University and was a member of their varsity rifle team for 4 years.
There's 3.6 scholarships available for each team if their school has enough money to give out that many. So most schools that have scholarships have 3.6 to spread out over 4+ people.
Vicky here, she was a recruited athlete, so she would receive a little bit more than I did when I walked on. I eventually earned a scholarship, so each student receives a little bit different amount, but the money is definitely out there. It's available for the youth. A lot of shooters don't understand that they have that opportunity to go to college.
The thing that makes marksmanship competition unique in the world of sport is that it's the only sport that strengthens our national security.
Start early, keep at it, don't get discouraged, and the biggest thing is have fun doing it. If you ain't having fun, it ain't worth doing.
Yes, everyone can fit. Pistols, rifles, the shotgun sports. I mean, everybody can find a little niche that they're good at.
When there's a new shooter on the line, no matter what the age is, the people that have done this for a while, they will go out of their way to help that individual, to encourage the sport as to encourage them to attain a higher level. And it's a challenge, but isn't life a challenge?